you have to be careful on what you invest in the items that are harder to change, later down the road. Because you can paint,
Yes.
and it's an easy fix. Changing hardware on cabinets or, light fixtures, things like that.
No pressure.
Howdy, it's Pete.
And I'm Mark, and we're the Real Estate Dream Team.
Oh my gosh, Mark, why the heck should they listen to yet another real estate podcast? Well, I will share my why, and that is we'd love to tell you how to get those keys the smart way.
And help you crank those gears that turn your dreams into homes.
There you go. Let's roll,
Let's
baby.
roll, baby.
I am thrilled. We are thrilled to bring you to a fantastic passion project home. What you see beyond our shoulders was not there 8 years ago. It was a much different place. And even double bonus fun for y'all today. The gears behind this change is my friend Paola. She and her partner took on this home about 8 years ago. And let me paint a picture for you. It was dark.
Yes.
It had dark brown paneling. It had fantastic, everybody wants it, turquoise shag carpet. and bad lighting. I mean, it had all the things that none of us want. And yet Pao and her partner had passion and vision to see what you see around us today. So, I mean, just wow.
So first question I have is, when you walked in the front door, did you see that?
Yes,
Why?
I think what really drew us to this house was it's the age of it, the nature of the house. It's a mid-century home.
So it's truly 1955.
Right.
Yes, a 1955 home. Just to backtrack a little bit too, I'm an architect. My partner is an architect too. So I think when we were both looking for a home, we were definitely looking for a unique. At the time, 8 years ago, it was really hard to find something that was not untouched, or something that a crazy developer had remodeled
or a flipper had gotten their fingers into.
Yeah. So I think a combination of something that we can make our own, but it has that unique style that we can restore as well. So when we walked into the house, I think it had all those features. We were able to look past that turquoise carpet and that horrendous siding throughout the living room. I mean, a lot of the great features of the home were, just behind all these, ugly, maybe 70s updates. Yeah. But I think the vision that we were looking for really helped out and convinced ourselves that this was a project that we wanted to take upon.
Do you believe your education in architecture, do you think that was part of your superpower to see beyond what was like right in front of most buyers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think in architecture school, we are taught design, of course, but we're also taught how to read space.
Yes. Interesting.
And how to look or pay attention to details like how the light is coming into the home, or
Sidelines.
Right. Proportions. And I think more importantly to me is to understand how the user experiences the space. So I think all of that allows us to approach the design in a more holistic manner.
Oh, great word, holistic.
Look at the big picture instead of just, the easy fix or the trendy, updates that's going on right now. So I think, our training and our architect brain, if you will, really helps out with making those decisions. And I think in particular this home, because it's a mid-century home, because of the age, I think we felt that it was an exciting opportunity, a complex opportunity too.
Complex, yeah.
And
so not a
there's
quick
lot-
fix.
No, not a quick fix. And also a lot of responsibility too, because
Oh.
we felt that it needed to be restored to its original spirit, because they had, I mean, I think the previous owners had done some updates to it that weren't really true to the era of the home. So that was kind of the main goal when we first, got in.
Is to take off the layers and get back to the original heart of the home.
Yes,
and the vision of the
absolutely.
architect.
Absolutely.
Did you do some research into this, or?
So I think in architecture school particularly, I mean, a lot of architects I think will tell you that we're all kind of obsessed with the mid-century era.
Right.
The architects that came through and innovated in that time, I think it brought to your kind of regular day-to-day homes a very warm kind of approach to the modernism era before then.
Yeah.
And I think, it speaks to, the design and the style and aesthetic of that home. And then of course there's a lot of furniture that came through that era that, a lot of architects are very much obsessed with.
Right.
So there was a lot that we knew previously through our background, but I think as we started, repairing some of the, and restoring some of the details here in the home, we were very conscious about what decisions to make. And of course, did some research on, okay, well, what are the elements that we need to update versus, restore or repair.
Right.
Or just rip out entirely.
Yeah,
If-
like the carpet.
Like the carpet.
Moving back to the carpet.
Now, how do you balance all that and that the desire to honor the heritage with modern needs? That had to be an incredible challenge.
Yes. I mean, I think the main thing here is to, like I said, repair, not replace. So obviously there needs to be updates where needed. So I would say balancing out where the systems need to be upgraded, like there's a lot of maintenance, maybe less cosmetic things that this home needed at the time that just really needed to get updated for the function of the home.
Like an HVAC system.
Yes, like not the sexy stuff. I
Right?
guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Not exciting, no.
Not the very exciting
But the
stuff.
positive is that does modernize it, but doesn't actually affect the hug, the aesthetic hug
Yes.
of the
Yeah.
mid-century modern.
Exactly. And I think when it comes to updating too, you have to be really mindful of what's going to be, how is it going to look like in 10 years, right?
Oh.
Because there might be something trendy at the time, but you don't want to go through that rabbit hole, right? And really just lean into that. I think you have to be also respectful of the time, but then I think there's a lot of materials, furniture, and I think in general elements that are true or to the design back in the day, but are more elevated, have more updated systems. So I think a balance of both has to be considered whenever you do a renovation like this. But yeah, I think always try to go for what's going to be more timeless instead of what's trendy at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
So modern, but vintage appropriate, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it goes probably back, correct me if I'm wrong, but understanding the essence of the house and the spirit of the house, if you still can articulate that, even if you make updates, you can still maintain that even with the updates. It's if you do major things, then you start changing the heart of the house. right? And so
Yes.
if you just do small things that are modern updates, it still keeps the house in its original spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you have to be careful on what you invest
Right.
in the items that are harder to change, later down the road. Because paint, I mean,
Yeah.
you can paint
Yeah.
and it's an easy fix. Changing hardware on cabinets or, light fixtures, things like that.
Y'all paying attention? Here's some great,
Yeah, exactly.
some great home update hacks from someone that literally does it for a living and for a passion.
Yes.
So hardware is a great paint.
Yeah,
Great.
Paint goes a long way. I mean, I think those couple things, I think those are the ones that have helped a lot with revitalizing this home, because we had to do, like I said, a lot of maintenance to the home. And maybe phase one, if I may call it, whenever we moved into the home, we didn't have a lot of budget to really invest cosmetically inside the home other than to make it move-in ready.
Right.
So I think good investments would be, flooring. I think long-term would be like tile, updating some of the bathrooms. But I think in that situation, you also have to be careful of not kind of falling into the trend.
The trend,
Yes.
yeah.
Which I'm very impressed with, because when y'all bought 8 years ago, gray and white was still a pretty strong trend. But your choices, especially in the hall bathroom that y'all did, you gutted the bathroom for lots of reasons. But I noticed when you rebuilt it, it seems to nod to the outdoors, because the back of this house is just solid glass. These beautiful steel, y'all can't see it sadly, maybe we'll get some B-roll, but it's the original steel case windows that are absolutely spectacular. And you brought that outdoors in with your choices, which was really interesting.
Yes. I think the bathrooms, it had a lot of, we were trying to preserve a lot of the original identity too. So in one of the guest bathrooms, we kept the original tile, but we ended up painting it. So, I mean, that is one fix that maybe not a lot of people are aware of, that you can paint tile, it can still be preserved, and it's not easy. It's not hard to maintain either.
What a great win too, because now you're also giving the environment a hug, because there's less going into the landfill. And let's face it, we all know that generally new stuff is not as strong of quality or as good of quality unless you pay an extreme price as the 1955 original.
Yeah. In the other bathroom, we did do a little bit more of a gut, updated some of the tile there, but in that approach, it was more so trying to keep a clean design and not so much back into the quirkiness of the home. So I think it kind of balanced out the original bathroom and a little more playful and original aesthetic of the home, but with a more kind of calm and neutral on the opposite side of,
So almost a modern interpretation of mid-century modern, like more on the modern side of the mid-century modern.
Yeah. But in that bathroom, I think you still have the woods and, some of the warm materials that kind of balances out and not make it so sterile, if that makes sense. So I think that's one of the things that you see throughout the home. I think the warmth that you get from the different tones of woods, I think that was a very prominent feature from these mid-century homes. And
even with the walls painted white. So it's interesting to say warm. So white can be warm.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Yes.
There you go. Another design tip from the woman that knows.
Yes. I mean, and interesting enough, I mean, in this living room, remember it had the horrible, paneling all throughout. It was in a very rough state. So I think when it came down to the decision of keeping it, restoring it, or just getting rid of it altogether, getting rid of it, I think it just made the home feel more alive, or the living space feel more alive, because I think it just did its job at the moment when it was done.
Trendy.
It was maybe trendy.
And it was. I mean, what's interesting is in the 70s,
that was the
but
trend.
most trends are 20 years. This home was built in 1955. Really 1955. That's what's so great. It really, really is a vintage modern. Well, and since trends last every 20 years, so when this was built, you have the blueprints literally that show that it was lavished upon, the epitome of trends for 1955.
Yeah.
And 20 years later is like 1976-ish, the 200th anniversary of the United States of America, and colonial things, log cabins suddenly were really trending, and so many homes got hit with the
paneling.
With the paneling.
And built that way too.
It truly had a cabin feel.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy.
As many homes in this neighborhood actually do. When you walk through many of them, they have that.
They have
feel.
that update.
They did. They did.
So going back to what you were saying, Pao, is that just be mindful as you are refreshing your home. Is are you picking what's appropriate for that home, or just a trend?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you need to, be conscious about the time, but then be patient too, because you have to live in the space to really understand how you are gonna be using the space. So going back to how understanding the user experience. So you may not be experiencing the same thing as maybe your partner, as you're kind of walking in and out of the home, where you're leaving your stuff, which bathroom you're using more. I mean, which cabinet you're using more. So you have to kind of live with it a little bit, and then kind of decide on what makes sense, what doesn't, what needs upgrading, what doesn't. I think that's like so heartbreaking to me sometimes whenever, just you come in the space and you just gut all of it.
A lot of people do that, right?
So you think that's very short-sighted because the house hasn't talked to you yet.
Yes.
Well, and a lot of people buy a house and they don't understand the essence of the house. They have a vision for what they want it to look like immediately, and they're so impatient that they just gut the whole place and start over.
So their vision is only their Pinterest boards, not necessarily the space.
Not how you're going to live in the space, how you're going to use the space. And that's something we talk about in the podcast all the time. Is it's a big part of buying a house is understanding yourself, understanding how you want to live, how you want to live in the neighborhood, how you fit into that. It's a very big part of it. And I'm glad you all took your time with it, because it shows. Right? You didn't give up on anything. It's all done, but I'm sure the list is longer, right? There's more that you want to do.
Yes. I mean, I think.
And how do you prioritize that list?
Well, going back, in phase one, whenever we first got in, like I said, maintenance was a big issue.
That's just deferred maintenance.
The unsexy systems.
The unsexy systems had to take priority for the house to function properly. The house sits on a very unique lot also. It's on a slope, and so a lot of work had to be done in the backyard as well.
For water.
Exactly. Trench drains all throughout the perimeter of the home, gutters, all the non-fun stuff, unfortunately. But I think it paid off because, as you mentioned, there's big windows all throughout this living space that now are overlooking to this beautiful backyard. And there's a lot of hard work that went into that. And I think landscaping is also a key feature or a key element that you have to pay attention to as well.
And most people don't.
Yeah.
No.
That is it. That's a very good point.
Mhm.
They think about the hardware as jewelry for the home. They forget that good and smart landscaping can also be an accent, a jewelry for your home.
Yeah, an accent. I mean, also accent maintenance too. This neighborhood is full of trees as well. So, I mean, that has definitely been, a joy, but then sometimes a fear whenever like big weather systems come through the city.
Is it going to bring a tree into your roof?
Right,
Yes.
right. But I mean, it just makes the neighborhood so lively and the home so warm.
Mm-hmm.
So we really had to pay attention to all of those all of those details on the outside first before we really got into thinking, okay, what else do we want to change inside? But I mean, I think while we were working on those big projects, I think here what really comes down to is, okay, well, maybe the little stuff, but that also bring warmth to the space. So that's more so the type of furniture that you select, the hardware, the small details that maybe don't imply a lot of investment, but that make the home. You know, I think those bringing in art, bringing in the right light fixtures, plants through the space. I think that's when we started seeing, the light at the end of the tunnel, if you will.
And it wasn't a train.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, painting, giving some of the accent colors to the space as well. Some of the bedrooms, the living area, we kept it pretty neutral and just have the kind of the furniture, rugs, plants kind of played the accent of the space.
Right.
Some of the bedrooms do have a little bit of pop of color here and there, but I think those elements, even though it wasn't like a huge upgrade, renovation, I think it really elevated the space. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I mean, that's there you go. Another point. Plants. Circling back to what you were just saying, plants really help added that pop.
Yes, and they like it.
And they like it. Yeah. Well, the windows, we cannot convey via pictures just how
beautiful the light is.
Yeah, and also going back to architecture, I think also just the way the roof is placed. These ceilings are high, but they're not like the more modern 12, 14
like
feet.
Atrium kind of
They're high, but yet it's cozy, and there is an overhang which diffuses the light on these windows as it comes in, and it just really adds the warmth. It's fantastic. So speaking of the windows, a big thing that I see often with these mid-century modern homes is people just rip out the windows that it was built with and replace it with new modern vinyl windows. And y'all chose to keep them. Was that part of trying to be sensitive to the heritage or what,
A little bit of both. So we obviously I think we needed to prioritize projects, right? Replacing windows is definitely a hefty lift. Investment, right? So one of the things that we did was painting the frame so that it created a contrast with the space. So the frames, before, when we walked in the space, they had horrible blinds that were covering the whole space. So
they were the half-inch vinyl, the $5 specials at Home Depot.
Bad, the worst. Yes.
So we took
the rental.
The frames, I think they were green. I think it had like different layers of paint. I mean,
you blocked it out.
Yes. So we repaired those. We ripped out the paint and decided to paint them black. And I think that just created a level of repair, but not so much a replacement, right? I think in the long term, we would have considered a system, a window system that was upgraded, but then kept the true nature and identity of the home.
The intention of the architect.
Yeah, but I think we would have maybe integrated the door, for example, so that we could also have that kind of indoor-outdoor experience in this space. So I think it's a matter of prioritizing what is important now versus, you know, maybe a couple years later. It really, I mean, they're single pane windows, so there's that. Obviously it comes with, you know, a cost, and some, you know, in warm weather it gets warm, cold weather it gets cold, but I think it's a balance, right? So it's not, I wouldn't say it wasn't a deal breaker for us at all. I mean, I think the amount of windows that this house has, I mean, it's a small home. It's like a 1,400 square foot home. And the amount of windows that this has, I mean, it's rare. There's not any new homes you see out there would not include that many windows at all. But it's so, as you go through the day, like the way that the light comes into each room, it's very calm. It gives you a very calm sensation, and it just, you know, just really brings life to the space. So yeah, I think windows, it definitely makes the space, but I would say be mindful of trying to keep as much of the character as you can.
I love it. And the way you're showcasing the value of being patient, like take some time to see how the light plays in the space. So that through many seasons, right? Because the sun moves, and so your light and how it hits in wintertime versus summer is going to be completely different. And I like the way you circled back around too to say that when you got to the window project, if you chose to do that, you were going to do it with intention, and that is keep the original purpose of the windows and design of the windows in mind while you modernize it. Of like at the time this home was built, a single access point out to the backyard was what was available to technology. But modernizing it by way of keeping the windows maybe the same size, but maybe taking two of them and turning them into sliders or something like that, very much would have been in keeping.
Keeping with the character. I mean, I think a lot of mid-century homes have that outdoor-indoor character. So I think it would have maybe even though we were modernizing it, I think it would have brought it back to a more original of its, you know, of the era, the character of that outdoor living.
Sounds like you're almost like channeling the architect that drew this. Like, what would he choose if he had the privilege and opportunity to build this house again in 2020? We're now in 2026, right? What would he have done? It sounds like he would have done what you're suggesting, which is fantastic.
Yes, I mean, in that way you can enjoy the backyard. You know, a little bit more closely. But yeah, I mean, I think I would say, patience leads to better results. You know, because you're not rushing into a trend. You're not rushing into getting everything fixed. Obviously, you don't want to be in a construction zone forever. I get that. I mean, even me as an architect don't want that.
To live in that, no.
So, I mean, I think if I would have done it again, I would say maybe kind of prioritize a list of projects I want to do per year.
Great takeaway. Okay,
Because you get to a certain point of comfort that, okay, well, I already did this kind of phase one heavy lifting, and maybe you disregard, life happens, obviously, and you lose track of other little projects or fixes here and there. So I think just keeping a list of the projects and tackle them maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 per year or something like that. Something that's manageable for you and your
budget,
your significant other. Because it takes time. It's time consuming. I mean, throughout my career, I've been privileged to have had great project opportunities, but nothing like your own home.
True that.
Oh my goodness.
Very true.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, final question, query of the beautiful Pal.
It's just
this
a
amazing home,
beautiful space, and I think anybody could feel comfortable in this home.
Yeah.
Well, we are in East Dallas, and if you are in Dallas or looking for a fun vacation, Pal and I would urge you to come in April for the annual White Rock Modern Home Tour. It is fantastic experience. MCM is all over this area of East Dallas, and it is definitely worth coming out and checking out the tour. It's in April, usually around the 3rd week of April or so. It's a fantastic experience. And if you have any questions, or heck, if you think you have found your mid-century modern maven and you already own you're fortunate to already own your MCM, and you're stuck and you've been patient for a while and you'd like for someone to unstick you, comment below and we will connect you to Pal, and she could be your ideal, I promise you, your ideal consultant.
Thank you.
To help you.
It would be an honor. I think lean into your architects. They definitely have the training and the eye to look beyond the shaggy carpet and the paneling. And
guide you with a curated touch.
Yes.
Right.
Not a sledgehammer.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Because ultimately you're going to be living in the space, right? So we want to craft the home for you.
Right.
So, I think the true goal really here for architecture is if you can live in the space, and the goal really is about living here. Oh my gosh, I'm like blanking out with like some of the words here. But the design should be a plus, but then also how you live in the home.
So I'm hearing you're saying ideal design complements and elevates your life.
Yes.
And doesn't put you in a box.
Yes. It should improve how you live.
Improve how you live. I love that.
It should improve how you live, and it's not just how the home looks.
Yeah.
Essentially. So, I think having all those in mind and having a partner that can guide you through those decisions, it goes hand in hand. Hand in hand,
and probably saves you money, time, effort, and probably 10x is the final result.
The final result. Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you for allowing us to come and hang out with you and hear your thoughts and heart. And I just, my ideal as a real estate professional is to always help you find a home that just gives you a hug every time you walk in the door. And this home
definitely does that.
This home does that. So bravo. Beautiful you.
Great job. Great job.
Fantastic home. And thank you for joining us today here in the beautiful East Dallas neighborhood of Eastwood. That is all woods, like Pal was saying. They are. The trees are everywhere. And so are the squirrels. So we look forward to joining us again in the future. And again, like I said, if you would like to be connected with our MCM Maven Pal, leave a comment below and we will connect you.